Need some fast, cheap, reliable MUT coins? Go to MMOXP.com and use discount code MONEYSHOT for 5% off your order. Link in the description below. Welcome back, YouTubers and Madden fans. This is Mad Money Shot, sniffing out the Madden cheese as always. Got another gameplay for you where I'm really just going to highlight, to me, what I think is one of the most explosive schemes in the game. It's really become one of my go-tos. You're watching me do gameplay. Pretty much all my gameplays are from Draft Champions. I like that because I love the diversity of it. Like, you get to pick a new team every time. You get to play with new players every time. I love the fact that you really can't buy, you don't run a lot of BS in this game mode. You can't, if you play regs, you're probably playing against the Cowboys every game. If you play MUT, you might be playing against overpowered teams all the time. There's no advantages to be had here. Everybody's at a disadvantage. You don't even get your favorite playbook. And for someone like me who's done so much work on ebooks, I've done about 25 to 27 ebooks this year, and I do so much work through so many playbooks. This game mode is built for me. So I really feel like in this game mode, I feel pretty unstoppable. I feel pretty unbeatable because of my overall knowledge of the game and of the game's playbooks and plays. So early on, I mean, the first book that I picked, I was really happy with the 49ers. I had the Niners, the Rams. I went with the Niners because the Niners are sneakily becoming like a top 10 book to me. I really like the Niners defense as well, but the Niners are really becoming one of my favorite playbooks. Then I get through the entire draft and I couldn't believe it. On the new post-patch redraft coach round, I get the Saints. I mean, how do I turn down the Saints? Pretty much every offense that I got, I pretty much liked. I don't know about the Saints defense, but the Saints are like a unicorn in this game mode, so I have to take them. So I got a decent team, a really good playbook. Let's go ahead and let's get into a gameplay. Before I do, though, I just want to remind you guys to check out my sponsor site, MMOXP.com. If you go on there, you're guaranteed the cheapest coin price on the market. Plus, you get a 5% discount if you use my discount code MONEYSHOT. So with the new promo dropping, make sure you get the player that you want instead of buying packs where you pretty much never get the player you want. So, like I said, check that out. Link in the description below. Other than that, we're in the formation that we're going to spend most of the game in. A very popular running formation, but not a very popular passing formation, the Pistol Bunch TE. This can also be found, as far as I know, in the Texans playbook, because I know I use it in that before. But, the first setup, I mean, I pretty much see that this guy's running man. That's one of the beauties of this formation is it gives away the coverage. So I know because I have 3 wide receivers on one side, it's a man coverage. I set up for like a home run play anyway. You'll see, I mean, it's the first play of the game. You'll see later in the game, I do a much better job of diagnosing and reacting to the man coverages that this guy mixes in. But ultimately, I'm pretty much only going to use 2 plays. That first play you saw is going to be really good against cover 3 and cover 2. I'll go over the breakdown a little bit. And then this play right here, this is going to be my man beater / cover 2 play. I mean, the first play does a pretty good job against man and cover 2 as well, which you'll see in a minute, but this one's a much better play. So as far as the breakdown goes, streaking the X route is pretty much all you need. I mean, I can tell this is going to be a cover 2. The Y route's going to be the play. The streak, all that really does is pull back the cover 2 safety, and I'm looking at it like the Y route's pretty much the play the entire way. The rest of these adjustments are all based off of what I want to do to basically set up like checkdowns. Like, I'm slanting and dragging for checkdowns. The slant is really just to get the user's attention so he doesn't follow the outside route. It does the job because the user stays home because of that slant, because of the motion of the running back. So stuff like that are really just, they're just fundamentals. You know what I mean? I'm just doing stuff that you're going to do to confuse the user. But ultimately, the play was always to that play, always to that receiver based off of it being obvious cover 2. So now that he got beat by that, I go back to my cover 3 play. This is a very easy play as well. All I'm going to do is streak the Y route. That's going to be my cover 3 beater. If it's a man coverage, which it looks like it is because there's no cornerback on the right side, the X route's going to beat that. The X route's also going to beat cover 2. And then once again, I'm just setting up my checkdowns. So I got the running back underneath if I need him. Like I said, I'm looking for the X route.
Break yourself, fool!
He just kind of does like a small, wheel route to the point where he gets past the coverage. So you can see right there, man coverage gets totally burnt. So, these 2 plays, they beat just about any defense, whether it's man coverage, cover 2, cover 3. It beats them all in a very explosive way. So really just a 2-play drive, and I'm right down the field. I could have scored from anywhere on that second play anyway. On the defensive side, just a quick series on defense. I don't think I'm into the 3-4 anymore. I really think that I prefer the 4-3 and the 4-4. I think those are the best. Right there, he gets that play off the jump. That's a cover 2 invert, so he probably thought he had like a 0 man blitz or something like that. And you know, like I said, that's not the case. So I'm trying to, well, that the idea behind that play is baiting people and throwing into it. So early on, I'm pretty much coming out in a lot of 4-3 schemes. I'll try to put a link in the description for the breakdown of the defensive plays that I'm using and the offensive plays that I'm using if you're interested. So this defensive play, I just put out a video about this. This is very good. He's going to have trouble with this right off the bat. Most people do. So, you know, this is a type of defense. People just don't know how to throw it against this defense. They really don't. So right here, he's just going to go ahead and roll out. Can't throw that ball.
Gotcha, bitch.
Like there was nothing there. So, you know, we're just going to get an interception. We're going to get the ball back right away. I didn't get much of a return, but that's fine because, like I said, this whole video is about the offense anyway. You're going to see the defense does its job for sure, though. So on the other side, I have some good run plays out of this. The zone run play there is probably the best one. I got to run that from time to time just to keep my opponent honest. I think most people know this formation for the run plays anyway. They don't really know this for the pass plays, which is going to be to my benefit. So here we go once again. We're going to flip this play. Typically, you want to always run your offense to the open side of the field. That'll give you the most space. And you can see right here, I mean, I could have got a much bigger run. If I just got outside of that one tackle, I probably could have been gone. Very explosive, very consistent run play, as well as the pass plays. But ultimately, this pass scheme is so explosive. I'm just doing that to set up the pass plays anyway. So I'm going right back to that wheel route play. I love this play. You can't find a lot of plays where you get that type of wheel route at the line of scrimmage. Typically, wheel routes are so deadly at the line of scrimmage, and you just get this right off the bat. So here we have the man coverage that I want. I almost go out of bounds right there, but I get it back inside. And once again, I could have scored from just about anywhere. That looked like another man coverage. I mean, I had to throw it on the run. It looked like a man blitz, and it could have been worse. I mean, I could have went out of bounds and got nothing, but I got kind of lucky that I caught that and turned back inside, because definitely wasn't the throwing angle that I want with my quarterback running for his life. So once again, only explosive plays from this formation. That's pretty much the bread and butter. You can do like dink and dunk checkdowns. I'll show that at some point. Here, I almost tried one of those plays, but I see that he's not really covering the line as well as he should be. So I'm going to go ahead and hit him with a run. I try to hit him with a fake motion. I love fake motions. I love faking my opponent out with motion plays away. He doesn't even bite on it, though. He doesn't even move, and I get probably my smallest gain. As you can see right there, typically, I mean, if I motion out somebody, the linebacker typically shifts, so you can see the user kind of follow it. It didn't work there at all. But like I said, that's fine, because I'm only doing it to keep him honest. So we're going to go right back to the big play, looking like another cover two. This guy's mixing in his defense is pretty good, but it doesn't matter because these plays really home run just about anything. And I'm just waiting for that Y route to pass.
Break yourself, fool!
And you can see he's just wide open. You know what I mean? Even with the new cover two patch defense working a lot better, you can see how well that shuts. It just completely smokes it. So back on the defensive side, not for long though. We're going to keep it to 4-3 wide 9. Like I said, this is one of my favorite defenses. The spread of this is incredible. It's a really hard defense to pass on when I run this play, especially as well. He hits me with a run though. I don't expect, at this point, I kind of expect him to start panicking. I mean, he's down 14-0 with about 2 minutes into the game. That's how quickly I'm scoring on this guy. So I don't expect him to stick to the run. And I also noticed, by the way, for some reason, Bobby Wagner wasn't even in the game, which is ridiculous. One of my highest overall draft picks wasn't in the game. So he's coming out in a split back set, which, this starts giving me a little bit of issues with, as far as, he does a pretty good job with this. I mean, I'm covering some of the shorter routes, and then he starts hitting me like right there. I mean, I have nothing to the outside there. I mean, I have a cover 3, so the underneath flats are going to be open. So I start to think, I mean, I keep running the cover 3 for a while, but ultimately, if he's going to hit short routes and he's going to hit runs, at some point I got to switch over to a cover 2, which is going to make way more sense. So here I decided to just send a little bit of heat. It doesn't necessarily work out. I mean, I'm just trying to mix it up because I don't want to get too consistent by just running a lot of base zone coverages. So then I switch it over to a cover 2 real quick, because like I said, I really think if somebody's going to hit me underneath quite a bit, cover 2 is really going to be the way to go. Do my mid-third adjustment with the linebacker so I can take away anything deep.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out!
He only had 3 receivers on routes, and they were all covered because I had that mid-third adjustment and I was using underneath. So now we're getting into a situation that we want. We're going to go right back to the dollar. I just put out this dollar blitz and base defense package from the dollar. So like I said, I'll try to have links in the description for all the plays that I'm using, because you can see how successful they are. I always have to put out gameplay to kind of reinforce people that think, oh man, those plays work in practice, but they don't work online. So here's one of the blitzes I just put out.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out!
The coverage was there. The outside pressure made him step up right into a defensive tackle. And like I said, there was nothing there. So like I said, this dollar, I just put out this dollar blitz defense. It's a really good play. I'm going to go right back to it. 3rd and 25. I'll just make sure to play over top, put my mid-third adjustment on. I'm going to get pressure. I'm going to get coverage. I'm going to get everything I need just from this play. Like I said, I typically, on these scenarios, I could also switch over to the cover 3 play that I was running where I was flooding the middle. But I want to get a little bit of pressure. I want to turn the heat up on this guy. You can't give people all day to throw. So on the very next play,
We could go. Woo!
pretty easy heat right up the middle there, and we get another sack. So this guy's punting the ball away at 4th and 34. Now, I haven't shown too much special teams plays up to this point, so you know there's got to be a reason. So he's punting the ball away to Tyreek Hill, and I mean, that's a booming punt. That's a really good punt. He pretty much went end to end there, but it's not going to matter because I'm a flip field.
He could go all the
But he's just basically not giving up a touchdown, so I'll take it. I mean, I'm up 14-0. This is already looking like an early quit, a halftime quit at the very least, as I'm in scoring position here. People don't quit as much in this game mode based off of the fact that they'll have to restart over and redraft, and there's a little bit more incentive to not quit in this game mode compared to other game modes. But I still get a lot of easy quits because at the end of the day, if somebody's thinking, man, I'm just wasting my time, you know what I mean? That's an easy way to get somebody to quit. So once again, formation gives away the play. Like I said, I make a lot better man adjustment here than I did in the past. I just basically give myself some underneath routes to check down. The play is pretty much the same, though. The X is still a really good option. You can see right there. He beats it out. The X route would have worked, but I take the underneath route. Maybe because, at this point, I don't have to really force anything. I don't want to take chances of getting a turnover. I'm going to get, at the very least, I'm going to go up 3 possessions. So I'm going to get a little bit cautious here. Here, looking like a cover 2. I'm going to make my cover 2 adjustments.
Oops.
I don't know if he run committed or if that was a blitz or what, but I didn't even have to wait for the cover 2 to develop because he just gave it to me wide open. So here we go on the defensive side, hitting him with a cover 2 invert one more time. I don't really think there's too much left to say about this particular game.
Nope.
This guy's really just dead to rights, and he's going to start throwing it up and trying to make something happen. I mean, this is desperation mode point at this time. So, like I said, I'm going to switch over to my dollar, though, because if I know that he's just going to be one-dimensional at this point, chucking into coverage, I'm going to go ahead and give myself the best pass defense that I have.
Nope.
And this dollar defense, especially the blitz, is going to make sure a lot of plays stop right in the backfield. He's not going to be able to get the ball out of his hand. So here he almost gets picked off. Like I said, that's a really good, the coverage you get from this is really tight. So here in the very next play, I user this cluster like crazy, jump right in front of it, and we're going pick 6. We basically just took this play. This game is it's a complete blowout at this point. So that was good usering. But the way that play designed for him was just obviously wasn't there, so he threw it into a cluster. So that's pretty much it. This guy's going to call it quits. He's going to take the walk of shame here in a second. The second we, after, I don't know why he waited for the extra point, but maybe he couldn't call a timeout. But that's it. If you guys want to see more gameplays, do me a favor, more gameplay breakdowns like this, do me a favor to like button and let me know in the comment section. Other than that, thanks for watching, man. MADDENMONEYSHOT out.
You win. Perfect.
Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below.